Many of us have experienced that thrill and excitement while setting our New Year's resolutions or weekly and monthly goals. We add the tasks and activities required to achieve our goals to our long to-do list. We believe we have the time and energy to accomplish every task on this list. Then something happens. After a few days or weeks of going hard on our to-do list, our motivation wanes, we experience an energy slump, and that thrill and excitement we initially experienced fizzles. I know many of you can relate to this experience, but how can you avoid this and consistently be productive in a healthy way? Well, the answer is to do less. Studies have shown that 88% of us fail within 30 days of making our New Year's resolution. The annoying setbacks, unfinished goals, and lack of visible progress can be disheartening. But why do we all have trouble being consistent in working towards our goals? First, we need to discuss one important aspect of the time we are living in. Currently, we are living in a fast-paced culture that emphasizes being busy and productive. Unfortunately, many of us are operating on autopilot, trying to manage and complete our lengthy, unrealistic list of tasks. If you search for how to be successful, many articles, YouTube videos, podcasts, and other mediums offer tips on being more productive, which essentially means doing more. But what if we can be as successful by doing less? You know the saying, work smarter, not harder. What if we collectively decide to change how we think about productivity by adding and emphasizing rest as part of the productivity model versus the model currently resulting in burnout? Studies have shown many benefits of rest, such as decrease in stress, increase in creativity, improving short-term memory, and improving mood because rest allows for restoring mental energy. The interpretation of rest can vary between individuals. For some, it may be reading or hanging out with friends, while others may see it as taking a nap or watching a TV show. And while these are all suitable relaxing activities, the type of rest that provides the best results is allowing your mind to wander. Letting your mind wander has been shown to activate specific regions of the brain, such as the default mode network or DMN. The DMN is linked to thinking about others, memories, creativity, and how we define our sense of self. Research shows which type of rest provides the best results, but ask yourself, when was the last time you intentionally let your mind wander? In our fast-paced world, it isn't easy to find the time to rest, much less let our minds wander purposefully. Similar to developing any new skill, this too will take practice. Now we know learning something new will take time, but there are still ways you can find overall rest and in turn be more productive. And the answer lies in a well-known phrase, less is more. Now let's look at 5 easy steps to do less every day. First, cut your to-do list in half. Take a good look at your to-do list. It can be daily, weekly, or monthly. Determine what tasks you need to complete and what tasks can wait. Many people, myself included, miscalculate how much we can reasonably accomplish in a day, week, or month. Being overly ambitious can either lead to stress because you are constantly attempting to complete the long list of tasks, or discouraged when you are unable to complete the list. To avoid this, I write everything I would like to do in a day, then review my list and cut it in half. First, there is the half that I need to complete and that I can realistically achieve in a day. Then the second half I consider the wish list. I only attempt the task on the wish list if I have the time and energy, and it should never replace my rest. The second step, say no. There is no shortage of messages promoting the need to be everywhere, experience everything, and help everyone. You have self-improvement challenges that encourage you to say yes to everything. These challenges are well-meaning because they hope that saying yes will challenge you to get out of your way and experience the life you are reportedly missing. Indeed, there are benefits to saying yes to things that may scare you, make you nervous, or push you out of your comfort zone. Saying yes can lead to unique experiences and self-growth that you may not necessarily obtain if you constantly say no. However, the constant need to say yes that I'm specifically referring to are the ones you do at your expense. The culture of fear of missing out, overscheduling, and overpromising can be detrimental. It is not wrong to want the most out of life and our relationships, but like many things in excess, it can eventually take its toll. Saying no can be difficult. I regularly struggle with this because I never want to disappoint someone. Still, I've learned that periodically saying no has provided me with more balance. It has allowed me more time to rest, enabling me to feel more energized and joyful when I say yes, rather than feeling like it is an obligation. Although challenging, regulating how often you say yes is essential. Moderation is a vital component of a healthy lifestyle. If it is difficult to say no, start with something small that may be less important. For example, you don't want to go to your regular Sunday brunch, or you can't review a project for someone because you're busy with your work. The more you practice saying no, the more comfortable and empowered you will feel. This practice will help you decline other future offers with ease and comfort, while helping you create a balanced life of both activity and rest. The third step, follow the 80-20 rule. The Pareto principle states that about 80% of outcomes come from 20% of causes. In other words, 80% of your results come from about 20% of your inputs. This principle is used in many settings and is helpful in many aspects of daily life. For example, when I set plans to accomplish goals, I review them and choose what would give me the highest return. Although this is a constant work in progress, creating more efficient steps to reach my goal instead of a long list of steps is beneficial. You can also apply this rule to your to-do list. What is on your list that will give the most significant return if you accomplish it? And what is on the list that you can delegate or remove entirely because in the end it will have no impact? The goal of following the 80-20 rule is to work smarter and not harder, so you can obtain your intended results efficiently without sacrificing time you could use to rest. The fourth step, make time to rest intentionally. Here's the part you may not like to hear, but it has to be said. You can make time to rest. Before you can practice intentional resting, you must schedule some time. Our current culture promotes always being busy. If it's not doing activities in real life, when we finally sit, we are connected to devices to fill our time. Now, I'm not suggesting you cancel all your subscriptions and deactivate all your social media accounts. Like many others, I enjoy watching Netflix shows, catching new videos from my favorite YouTubers, or listening to music. But we can all admit that we can decrease the time spent on these devices and replace it with downtime. It is often challenging to realize how much time you spend taking in content. Therefore, what I found helpful is the method of habit stacking, by using these same platforms to develop the habit of making time to rest. For example, before watching your favorite YouTuber, select a short guided meditation video that you can follow, or challenge yourself to sit quietly for 5 minutes before watching your next Netflix show. Attaching these new habits to existing habits will make it easier to remember, and soon you will find that you are scheduling rest time or naturally performing it without the assistance of other habits. Last, the fifth step, honor how you feel. Pay attention to how you feel. Have you reached a point of burnout, or are you stressed because you are constantly working but can't see the desired results? If this occurs, it's time to listen to your body, honor that feeling, and take a moment to assess what is happening in your life. Life has ups, downs, and curveballs that can send you into a tailspin, making you feel out of control. But it's essential to take a moment to look at what is in your control and make the necessary changes. Finally, you may have yet to master intentional resting and letting your mind wander. But following these steps will help you to incorporate rest as part of your daily practice and decrease the chances of you depleting your energy to burnout. Rest will help you improve your mental energy and provide you with the space to be more productive in a healthy and intentional manner. Of course, life is unpredictable, so you may not always be able to practice these steps, but you can always use this as a guide to get back on track of doing less. I hope you found these steps useful. Please like, subscribe, and share. Comment below if you plan to incorporate any of these steps and if you have other tips that help you to be more productive while making rest a priority. Until next time.